I swear to God, it is definitely, like, there is an agreement somewhere. 2-mil Spider Queen, again, I mean, yeah, at this point, there's some conspiracy going on where they're just going for the map every single time. It is weird. But then again, I like it. 2-mil Spider Queen is a cool map, so I'm not complaining. We got Team Nick against Team Makke, our winners match in Group B here at Meta Madness. And, well, as explained already, there's two things that distinguish Meta Madness from other tournaments. Number one, every single hero can only be played once within a series. So every single hero you see in the first game cannot be played on the second or third map anymore. And number two, we got some pre-banned heroes, which you can see down here, that are not allowed for the entire tournament. And things are starting off well. The teams have already proven that they can think outside the box a little bit. But, of course, things are expected to go a little bit more crazy even for the main event. This is the warm-up at the group stage to determine seeding for the main bracket. Because at the main event, we will have more pre-bans. Right now we have 11, but pre-bans will be increased through sub-goals on the Twitch channel. That's currently happening, so I assume we're going to get a few more there. And especially in the later maps, things get crazy pretty quickly. But for now, we got Anna and Chromie banned. And the Urel first pick, Carrigan, has also been taken away immediately. I would have loved, by the way, to see Nick on a Carrigan on 2-mil Spider Queen again. He's been swapping roles today every single day. It's kind of crazy. But I really want to see what they are going for this time, because they had some crazy comps in their first game already and I really liked it. Same is, by the way, true for Makke, who played as Soljin. Tiger's first pick, and we get Leo. My Cho'Gall alert is ringing. You pick Leo and Tigers in your first rotation? I could see them go for Cho'Gall too. We already had one Cho'Gall. I'm not really a big fan of having Cho'Gall in your first game. Or maybe they're prepping for map 2 already. They're eliminating 2 of the heroes that are great against Cho'Gall because they're thinking about picking Cho'Gall on the second map. That could also be a thing. The question is, at this point, what is Makke's team thinking? Are they banning him? Those are 2 of the best counters against Cho'Gall. So maybe you are thinking long term, you're thinking map 2. But there could also be a chance for them to just simply move in right now and try and take it on the next one. I honestly doubt it a bit. I don't really... I'm looking at their team and it's not the team that screams Cho'Gall to me. But when I see such a double rotation, then alarm bells are ringing immediately. So, is he going to be banned, yes or no? And let's not forget, Team Makke was actually the team that played against Cho'Gall in their first series that they played in Group B. And they won the game. They were successful. Without either one of those heroes. So, you know that they're debating this now. Do we ban him? Yes, no. Do we have to? Are they even trying to pick him? Or they're just trying to freak us out a little bit? And instead of going for Cho'Gall as a ban, they ban Diablo. Alright, they're calling their bluff. But again, it could be the long con, right? You're waiting for game number 2. I don't think they're taking it. I don't think so. Come on. Not really, right? May. Okay. May and Deckard Kane. They chickened out a little bit. Bok, 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 bok. They were teasing it with Tigers and Leo as the first pick, and then they said like, alright. You called our bluff. Final pick for Makke and Nano. What are we getting here? Still need some damage. Makke could literally play his Mephisto if he wanted to for the first time in the tournament. There he is! And we get Sylvanas together with it. Okay. Okay, Mephisto and Sylvanas. I like it. And then again, our final pick for Nick. What's it gonna be? Map number 1 in the series between Team Nick and Team Makke. It's Tomb of the Spider Queen. We got May in the house. And we still need some damage from them. They already got Tigers, but we need something for the captain. And it is my F. My F for Nick, and that sets us up for the first map of the series. Let's go, everybody. Game number 1. And here we go. Nick on my F for the blue team. Rutsu on Tigers. My try on Leoric. We got Yasuo and Deckard Kane, and Marlo is playing May. The right side of the map, Makke with Mephisto. Finally, we got the OG Mephisto in Europe on his hero. Captain Rex is playing Anduin, Berkult on Urel. We got Nano on Sylvanas and Lauber on Muradin. Yeah, Nick pausing the game, probably a couple of audio issues, but honestly, that's a perfect opportunity to remind everybody that is watching this currently on YouTube. Once again, this event is sponsored by Hightech, and they've been an amazing partner for the last couple of years. And as mentioned, it would mean a lot if you guys could check out the link in the video description, check out their website. First of all, it really helps if there's some traffic coming from YouTube, and just simply through the link so they see, hey, the Heroes of the Storm community is definitely still interested here. And actually, they've been holding loyal to the Heroes of the Storm community even after Blizzard themselves dropped them. But especially when you're in the market for some new hardware, make sure that you check them out. They have a pretty awesome support there as well that you can chat with if you're not quite sure what exactly you need. Let's say there's a new game coming out that you want to play and you want to have a look there, they can definitely help you. And they're pretty awesome. We have several people in the community that already got PCs through them, and they're all very, very happy. But at least make sure that you click the link and check the website out. But don't forget, there's also a discount code that you can use too. Either way, while we're waiting for Rutzo to come back, we have now for the red team a pretty solid composition. They have Sylvana so that they can, with each Web Weaver, push this a bit further. And I'm always a fan when Makke plays as Mephisto, because his damage output on that hero is usually pretty bananas. Seems like we're having on the blue team side I mean, Nick is the one that really needs to try and tee it up for them. We've already seen that combo between Maiev and Deckard Cain, so if you play that correctly on the timing, then Maiev can come in with a tether, and you just tether them into Deckard Cain's CC, and that usually sets the rest of the team up for some solid damage, especially Tychus. When he has his Odin up, or even just like the minigun, he can start to burn them down quickly. Would expect, of course, on level 4, as usual, the bigger they are, that's also going to threaten Muradin a little bit. And with Lauban is Muradin, the one thing that we have to be a bit cautious about here is level 10. Normally, it's all about you going for Abathur, but especially Lauba lately, some others too, plays a lot around his Haymaker. So that's definitely something to watch out for, because we could go for some Playmaker games with him as well here in the first game. Well, Rutzo is back, and I have it on good authority that the reason why he was AFK is that there was a delivery. So apparently he had a pineapple pizza delivered and is currently enjoying that. And, well, obviously it is one of the best pizzas out there, right there with the tuna pizza. We went over this in detail a bit earlier today. And especially, I was very pleasantly surprised that the Americans in particular very heavily agreed on both of those. So yeah, big shout out to our friends in the US that definitely show that their taste buds are working as intended. Pineapple pizza with ham, absolutely fantastic. So glad that you guys agree. But while Rutzo is going for the show, we have also the first potential kill. Maybe not quite, but Lauba got attacked here, and Anduin still was able to help him a little bit and pull him back out here. So far, so good. But yeah, with that said and done, we have another. They are off to a good start here. I like it. Aggression on both sides as Nick is getting targeted. So Lauba, after the experience he had a second ago, is not playing any more defensive. Instead, he just jumps forward and looks for the stun to set up the kill for the team. So yeah, nicely done. I like it. But with that, we have all the way up at the top. I mean, this is exactly what we talked about a bit earlier, right? So if you can tether someone into the Deckard Cain combo, then you are in a real good position to get damage out and maybe even a kill. So that's what they're going to try and do throughout the game here. Anduin can counterplay that with his trade, but that kicks in more so after level 16. Before that, it's still a cooldown that you have to recover. So you can only use that once. 16 is a big game changer on that. Gems being locked in would of course also help here. But it's Makke that we're definitely going to pay a bit more attention to, because he's going for the Furious Spark here in level 1. As I said, a good Mephisto player can absolutely ruin your day, and Makke is one of the best on the European side. So him in a good spot, he could definitely just crush them in big battles and team fights, especially when the rest of the team is able to create a little bit of space for him. Sylvanos with a good Wailing Arrow could already do a lot here in a big fight if she can connect it with 2 or 3, and that would be pretty sweet. But well, we got the Ghastly Reach on level 4 for them. Would also work really well if he goes into an old school build with the Ominous Wraith and Royal Focus on level 13 and 16, of course. It's actually kind of cool that we are seeing still all 3 talents on level 4 being picked by Leo players throughout this. The bigger they are, as usual, taken against Muradin, it helps a lot, but we're of course going to keep our eye on his ult, as explained previously. Level 4, we got the unstable poison here, and Nick is already suffering at the hands of Mephisto. Now he gets away with 100 hit points, but Makke is driving the agenda with the team, and they are starting to push now through the middle in an attempt to take the first structures of the game down. Nice drain by my try. But yeah, it's really an explosive game. Everybody is low. I mean, we haven't seen a kill yet, but boy, they're going for it. Everybody is looking to get that first blood here. And with Sylvanas, the pressure, of course, continues easily as they're disabling the towers and take them down too. Team Makke, they're coming out swinging. Both of the teams are looking for kills, but it is the red team that takes the wall down and gets the lead on it. And they're trying to go for Nick again. Nano is also finding himself on the receiving end of an ass kicking, as Nick was able to tether, and Rutsu followed up with Tychus right away. So there's that. Even more action going on. And Muradin gets out. Everybody in the backline's low. And he gets dropped. Gets drained by Leo. One of the best cardboard videos is honestly when Leo drains people of hope. And just tells them the entire time that they're going to die, that nothing is worth living for, and is just draining them. Like, if you have never seen any of the cardboard videos with Heroes of the Storm, you really missed out, and you should go over to YouTube and Google for that. But that one in particular, Leo just with the hopelessness, is so perfect. And that's exactly the kill that we saw there. Leo coming in, starting to drain the hope of Muradin. You're never gonna get taller. You're gonna stay this small for the entire life. No! And Muradin just gone. You'll never be playing in the NBA. Muradin, he has dreams too. And those dreams got crushed. Hopes and dreams eliminated. Well, we got 1 kill to 0. Level 7 on both sides. So Nick is trying to turn in. And that didn't really work out yet. We have on level 7 now also the Lost Soul and the Frost Storm for our boy Mephisto. 46 gems already turned in, so they're looking pretty good on that. They are getting closer and closer to being the first team to get an objective. Marlow, they could save him here, and they do. Those potions, they keep coming out. And now they're getting the next attack in. Nick also jumping out with the 15 gems that he still holds. They're going for another quick play with Mephisto dishing out the damage. He's at 21,000. I mean, he's already crushing it, and he's not even on level 10 yet. So, turn in potential. Yes, backhold. He's able to turn in the 37. That's actually important, even if they don't get the first turn in. Just secure those gems whenever possible, and that's a kill. Marlow is down. May is dead. Nick has to be a bit careful here. Where are you going, my friend? Nick committing Sudoku. That's my F down. The Red Web Weavers have also been summoned as the red team turns in first. That was actually a really good twist in the game. They not only get the kill on May, but also on Maiev. Well, first of all, they relieve them of the gems. Then they turn in their own. And now they have Sylvanas already pushing the top. That's great for Team Makke. That's actually fantastic for them. They're looking at a real successful push here. And also a level 10 ability that will log in most likely first. Mid lane and top lane are the ones that are getting pushed most. And I think that will cause the 4 to fall. So, yeah. There's level 10. There's the light bomb. And they got the snowball. Snowball for our girl. And the durance of hate. Let that hate flow. Let it flow. Mephisto. Coming in. That ult, if you... Oh, that ult can be so amazing if you coordinate it off properly. Ooh. Lauber. What did he go for? He went Abathur this time. He went Abathur. Gets also tethered again. I mean, he's always jumping around at the front here. Sylvanas, she's usually not the one that you want to entomb unless you're playing around her cooldowns a little bit, but in this case Nano still had the wave and could jump on it easily. Yeah, another quick hit. Blue Web Weavers are gonna descend next. Choke point. cage. Urel pushed back, and Muradin is dead. But so is Marlow, or he should at least die, and he does. So that's a kill for a kill, but the party isn't over. My try is still draining the Space Goat and is attempting to get a kill on Backhold, and with Nick now moving in from the side, I suppose that Urel will fall. I don't think she can get away here, no. That's 10 gems down. In the middle of the map, Yasu, he's still hiding here. But yeah, this is looking quite solid for them. So now the chance to fight back. 3 kills to 3. I like this. This is a great start into the series. It's already good fun. Bottom lane is very much exposed, so the fort there might even fall. And here comes Odin, baby. The Stormbolt misses, and Makke gets tethered, gets entombed, and then Anduin saves him. Yeah, that's what Anduin does best. Pissing off the other team. But they are losing everywhere. Mid lane, bot lane already destroyed. At the top of the map, things are looking a little bit better for them, but it seems that this is the only fort that they can save here. And Lauber finds himself in trouble again. 4 seconds for Abathur, but he dies just as the cooldown comes back. I mean, just. And they're playing it even further. Durance of Fate. Makke, he gets the kill. Gets the ult connected, gets the kill. They're hoping for a follow-up on Deckard Cain. Take that boy down. They farmed Mephisto for years, stole his items, and Deckard Cain was a huge part of that conspiracy. Yeah, he identified all that crap, and Mephisto knows it. Mephisto knows it, and he's paying him back now. The problem that we have is that the bottom of the map has continued to push, and that delivered blows to the towers, so those have been eliminated. And Lauber, with his massive wave clear that he has on Muradin, Kappa, is now all of a sudden the one that needs to deal with it. But at least the rest of the team can push through the top and take a fort down. That's, by the way, the first one that Team Makke is able to get here. 6 kills to 4, and that keep has lost 50% of its HP. That first objective was gold for Team Nick. I mean, gold. That was great. But the red team, they could now just turn in again, get their own web beavers en route and go for it. As expected, by the way, we got the Ominous Wraith here, and we're going to get the Royal Focus with a level 4 choice of Leo that wasn't really in doubt, I suppose. But here comes the cage again. Big silence on Rutsu. Deckard Cain with a setup. They're trying to go for Nano, and they might get the kill here. The Light Bomb, on the other hand, ruins the place. Sylvana still dies. Can they at least get a counter kill? They're trying. Where's Mephisto when you need him? Here he is, and he's murdering them again. May is down, so is Deckard, and Makke is on the warpath. Nick barely survives. Rutsu is at least getting Muradin eliminated. It is also hoping for a kill on Backhold, but I think Urel is going to get out of this one. They still need to deal with the siege giants at the bottom of the map. But holy hell, look at Makke's damage here. 45,000. He's on par with Tychus at this point. Generally speaking, the blue team is just doing better on the lanes. The structures that they are taking down is just a bit too much. 8 kills to 6. But yes, Makke in particular, he is a problem for the blue team. But another fort is destroyed. Another fort falls. And now the opportunity for a turn-in for the blue team. I mean, granted, technically they're not quite there yet. They needed 5 additional gems. But they should easily be able to pick them up. Rutsu is 16, and once he turns them in, they are just 5 short. Red team could get their turn in too, but they're hoping to get the camp, and once again, it's a battle. It's a battle in the choke point. They're going for it. Yeah, that snowball didn't hit anything. And they might go for Marlow here. He gets the ice block out. He's dead. Marlow's dead. There's no way. There's no way he survives this. Slides out. Are you fucking with me? Really? How? Come on, Urel. Go for it. What? Durance of Hate, Marlow might survive, Leo doesn't, and I guess Nick doesn't either. Nick is dead too, they need to go... It's insane that May survives this. That's just crazy. May gets out, but they got 2 kills regardless. Now we got the double pull on Anduin, that's a massive power spike for him. And in addition to that, the static field for Mephisto. It's turn-in time again. Backhold, he delivers. They got the talent advantage. Now they got the web weavers. And maybe now they can take a few more structures down. They need to make some plays here. So, down at the bottom of the map, it's again Makke who just zips the life out of everyone. Urel has already moved towards the top to push the lanes out a bit further and allow the web weavers to go deeper. The catapult here is going to get destroyed. Web Weaver's already in. Urel's still pushing. Mid lane gets defended. And down at the bottom of the map, they are trying to push this out further. Durance of Hate, by the way, is back up. If they're stacking again, he can make another play. He's already starting to go for Marlow. 16 is available. Now they got the synergy on Leo completed with the level 4, 13 and 16 talents. Marlow barely makes it out. Sizzling attacks now for Rutsu. They take the fort. Maiev needs to defend the top, and that means that they are down one hero at the bot lane. Stormbolt connects. Yasuo in trouble. The old man trying to move away here. He has no chance. He dies again. That's another 2 kills for the red team. They took the fort down. They're moving into the middle to obliterate another one. Maiev, she's nowhere to be found. Had to defend the top lane. So at this point, structurally speaking, the teams are on eye level, more or less. Bottom has of course taken some damage, but now they're moving into the mid lane again with Sylvanas to try and drop them. Yeah, it's time to party. The cage, Durance of Fate is still up. If they all cluster, Makke will go for it. He's top damage in the game right now. 64,000. They're trying to steal the camp away too. Choke point battles work for them. But the Durance of Hate that he just shot out is missing. It missed, and that is a big one. But they still take the camp. Alright, they take it. They got the camp. They steal it away. 12 kills to 6. 100,000 siege damage for Makke already. And his level 20 is, of course, going to be even more impactful. There is another turn-in for the red team. They got another turn-in. Both teams, by the way, have a turn-in now. But a third one would, of course, be fantastic for Team Makke. If they can pull that one off, whew. But instead, it's Backward at the top with the 24. He can't interrupt. Rutsu's claiming it. Rutsu! He claims the turn-in! Yeah, and now they gotta stop this. It's a bit of a weird situation for the red team, because on the one hand, they of course find themselves in a pretty okay spot. On the other hand, they want to wait for level 20, so they gotta deal with this. If they would have been able to get a kill here before the Web Weavers touch ground, that would have been the dream. Then you can take it a bit easy on the defense, wait for the level 20, but that's not quite the case here. So here they go again. They are fighting. Durance of Fate is up. There comes the Entomb. Old man with the setup. Durance of Fate hits, but only Leo. Makke tries to get the damage out, but it's not as successful as previously. Backhold, light bomb on him. Goes for Deckard Cain, trying to pancake Yasuo. Same time though, we got the backline attack too, and Nano gets away. Will of the Forsaken helping him out here. 80 hit points, and he is able to move out of the fight. 13 kills to 6. They only got one here. Backhold needs to use the ult. He jumped straight into them. Gets caged. They need Anduin. The crybaby doing his thing. Top side gets now defended, and they are about to hit level 20. The blue team, on the other hand, they realize, of course, they gotta do something, right? So they're moving down to the bottom of the map in the hopes of at least taking one keep down. Top keep also getting attacked. Web Weaver is eliminated. This one doesn't do enough either. And here's the level 20 talents for Team Makke. And that gives us the Mimic. Seraphim is in. Stormbolt misses. Bolt of the Storm. Rewind. They got it all. And they got their turn-in. And that is a big one now. Turn-in plus level 20. Oh, baby. But they haven't pushed the lanes out. So they should probably try and take care of that a little bit. I mean, Web Weaver spawning here. Yeah, eventually they're going to arrive on the other side of the map. But that is not helping you a lot. Meridian is trying to deal with this a bit by taking at least the catapult down, I suppose. But they don't have vision on the blue team, so he's playing it safe and moves away. It's definitely the right move. But yeah, Web Weaver is over here and back up at the top. They're pretty confused too. They're looking at us like, hey, wait a second, what? We can't even take any structures down? What are you doing to us? We want to have some fun as well. No fun to be had. Makke is unleashing the German efficiency on him. They're going to the middle. It's all the one-lay play. Alright, here comes Odin. No big red button yet. That's a bit of a setback. Still the battle between Tychus and between Mephisto for the top damage in the game. And here they come. And Tychus is down.
Endurance of Fate not even used that. Makke can still unleash this and might. Here's the Entomb. They're going for the Storm Bolt. Mephisto racking the numbers up now. And the Web Weavers at the top and the bot lane are finally arriving on the left side of the map. But 20 is close now for Team Nick. They're still missing out on Tigers, and that's a problem. But the top keep is getting attacked, and it's a problem. This one should at least fall as they're moving in. It's game number 1. Here we have it. Another quick move as Makke moves forward. They take it down. Big red button is in the level 20 talents. And they could fall back and try and take the boss maybe as well. It's another 20 seconds until Tigers is back, so there's definitely an opportunity here. And it seems like they are trying to go for it. Yeah, Muradin still has his ult. We got the Cascade now. And also big reduction on the cooldown therefore. But yeah, they're trying to go for the boss. It's still a 4v5. Double Storm Bolt. Oh, yes, he's dead. Deckard Kane gets decked. And that is the entire team pretty much falling, with the exception of Nick for now. He saves the 26 gems that he holds. Rutsu very quickly realizes that he is running into the wrong battle here, into the wrong direction, and they are going for the core. They're not wasting any time at this point. It's only Tigers. He gets the big red button now. But boy, with Mephisto around, they should be able to drop this quickly. 88,000 damage for Mephisto. In comes Muradin, trying to go straight in for another kill on Tigers. He dies. Now the only survivor right now is Nick. And to be fair, Nick still crushes. I mean, he has done so much damage in this fight, but it's not enough to go 1v5. That's the lead for the blue team. They are taking the victory on map number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen ends in favor of Team Makke as they are dropping the blue team and the core. GG, well played. Nicely done by the red team as they are taking the lead in the series.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Infernal Shrines. Team Makke has taken the lead. Was a pretty good first map, I gotta say. A little back and forth, but then towards the end, Makke and his team, a little bit too snowbally here. But again, now of course the 10 heroes that were played on the last map are not available anymore. That also means you don't have to deal with his Mephisto again, right? So that's not going to be a problem, because as you could see, Mephisto on I mean, if Makke gets his Mephisto, it's just a bit crazy. What I also want to see is if we maybe have a Zarya ban, because Zarya not being banned is always opening up opportunities for Rutsu, so that could be a thing. Chromie, she's at least banned out. Kerrigan, another game where Nick is not going to be able to play her, but pay homage to her. But now that we're heading into a map where wave clears pretty much everything, I am curious what we're going to get for side laners too. And we could of course see a couple of majors. We've had Gul'dan multiple times. We could play... well, I guess we're not going to get him here. You could still go for a Kel'Thas. And Junkrat gets banned as well. Yeah, that doesn't shock. The poke that you get from the outside is just a bit too much. But there's still false set available. We got a couple of globals. And there's the Zarya pick. I told you, right? I told you. Zarya not banned is opening up opportunities for Rutsu. And now, of course, it could be a combo with our boy Garrosh as well. That could be a thing now. If you get Garrosh too, then you can go for the combo. Speed bubble on level 4. Garrosh races into the team, goes full race car. They have a nice start into the draft though as well. Lauber and Diablo and Dehaka played by Bakul. That's some good heroes for Infernal Shrines. That's a very, very good start into the draft. So I like the first pick on Zarya. I really do. Finally, we're going to get some Rutsu Zarya again. But again, that's not bad for Team Makke either. And of course, you got to ask yourself, what's going to be the damage dealer? We had a couple of Jimmies been late yesterday. Maybe today we're going to get that too. Would help to keep him alive. Ooh, Tyrael and Anna. Alright, we are going really in on the shields, aren't we? Oh, yeah. And we got also the ban on Sergeant Hammer. Yeah, as far as auto attackers go, if you have a Tyrael, if you have Zarya, that really helps. Yeah, I like that. Banning your Hammer out in this case makes a lot of sense to me. But there's still some auto attackers that you could definitely take. And if you have this many shields and pew pew, that's pretty solid. They're banning out Falstad. They don't want to go up against a double global that could just macro them the entire game. And I can totally understand that. Yeah, I was honestly the entire time wondering a bit if you're going to get a Cho'Gall in game number 2. Keep in mind that they started the first game with Leo and with Tychus. But the more that we're seeing here, the less likely I guess it gets. Especially, I mean, we're not going to get it for Team Makke. With their start into the draft, it's already obvious. Malfurion and Cassia now taken. But Cho'Gall with that combo seems a little bit wild to me. I would believe it with the Ana, maybe even with the Zarya, but then Tyrael, yeah, I don't really think so. So it doesn't seem like they went for the long con here. We get Sonya. Ah, that's actually nice with the shield too. Ooh, that's really good for them. Shield and Tyrael with Sanctification? Ah, it's going to be Leap and Judgment. Just you wait. Kappa. And we get Nick with Tassadar. That's some solid shit here. Nano boosted Tassadar. Shields for Sonya. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice composition that they're running. And what do we get as the last pick for Team Makke? How do they try to turn the draft around here? They had a good start with their front line. Cassia, of course, is also pretty good. Can do a lot of damage, especially in the late game. But they need a bit more than that if they want to break through this. And they go for the probe! It's Probius, everybody! Game number 2! And we got a bit more Protoss power here for Team Makke. Let's go. Infernal Shrines. Time for Cannon Rush, baby! We got, on the blue team side, Maitri with Sonya. Team Nick, they want to take this, force game 3, and then lock in the number 1 spot in the group so that they have a good seeding for the main tournament. Keep in mind, this is still warm-up. This is warm-up for Meta Madness. This is not the real event. We are just warming up for all of this with the group stage. Rutsu on Zarya, Nick on Tassadar, Marlo on Tyrael, and Yasuo on Ana. Whereas over on the right side of the map, we got Makke on Cassia, Captain Rex is playing Malfurion, Bakul on Dehaka, Lauma plays Diablo, and Nano is on Probius. And Probius could be very interesting for this game now. Yeah, we had a couple of crazy games with Probius already in the past, so this might be one of them. Has a lot of wave clear, but can on the shrine do a lot of damage too. So there's that. By now, we got the charge strikes in as well. And the first thing that happens is that Tyrael is dead. Or wanted to activate his trade. I mean, depends a little bit on how you look at things, right? But seems like he's not the only victim here. Hello? Zarya is dead. And another drag. Hello, can you guys slow down a little bit? Granny is in trouble. She gets away at least. But that's an easy double kill as the game starts. Nicely done by Team Makke. Good opening. Whew. Grenade builds with the contact healing on level 1 here. But that was pretty good. That was very, very good for Team Makke. So they get a slight advantage as they're also, of course, now going slowly for the campsite, I assume. We have the Q build with a static charge on level 1 for Tassadar. A lot of aggression here in the early game. Might try. Ooh, that's a long tongue. He's a master. But they're going for the camp. So they're already going for the neutral camp first. Trying to take that. Fucking cannon rushes. As a Zerg player, I hate that shit. Everybody hates that shit. Death to all Protoss. Death to all Protoss. So, they're actually taking the first tower down at the bottom. So, yep, the cannons are doing some work. Level 1, by the way, we got the Echo Pulse for Probius. So that's the first one that he locked in. We got level 4 talents for them, a little bit quicker than for the opponent's team, which gives us also the life leech for Diablo in this game. And we're getting the photon barrier for Probius. Early talents for them. Top side, Dehaka, he's of course later on going to utilize his global a little bit more to push these side lanes. Tassadar is going for the wall. We got him with a fence right there. And that is the speed barrier. Yeah, Rutsu really has something to prove here, doesn't he? So he needs to be the one that now comes in and shows everybody that his Zarya is feared for a reason. Normally the hero gets banned against him, so I was a bit shocked that the hero was not banned in this series. Another drag on Tyrael though, and it seems like Marlo is having a bit of a bad game there. Thanks to Rutsu Zarya and the shield, he's still alive. But they really want him. They're on his ass every single time he shows himself. So that was nearly the second kill against the frontliner, but he got away. They're going for the camps. First objective is this time spawning in the middle of the map. And at the bottom, Dehaka, he's already waiting for level 7. As usual, first objective, level 7 is important. If you have a global, you want him on the side lane. You want him to join the fight late, so that he gets the extra talent for you, and then you run that advantage over your opponent, which is exactly what they're trying to do here. Tassadar is at the bottom of the map trying to do the same thing. And Granny is again in trouble. Yeah, Anna over here is trying to go for the pew pew pew, but she was the primary target for the red team. Was able to get out though. The advantage for the red team after all, and they're making another play for Sonya this time. Survivability is going to be key for her as this game continues, especially with the shields she's going to get from Tyrael and from Zarya. So my try could have a massive impact on the later stages of the game. If you have a lot of support for Sonya, she is going to crush. Absolutely crush. But Probius is currently controlling with his AoE a lot of the shrine, and that's a problem. Maitrai gets attacked again, but the sustain is insane. So much sustain for Team Nick, and we're only on level 4 talents for them. They're playing against the talent advantage right now, and they're still looking strong. Top side, talking about looking strong, this wall is in trouble. Tassadar has moved down to the bottom. They gave up on the first objective at least. But yeah, this is pretty good start into the game for Team Makke, but I still gotta admit that Nick's team looks scary in the late game. The more sustainability we have for Sonya, who now went into Battle Rage as a level 7 talent. We got the Swift Retribution here too. Later fights, they are gonna be looking real good here. Probius with level 7 going for the tower defense. And Probius is currently, as we're looking at this, at 11,000 damage. So yeah, 11,000 damage for the probe, which is pretty good. That's the same amount of damage that we're seeing for Team Nick's top damage dealer, which currently is actually the side laner. So Sonya. So these shrine fights are really, really good for Probius in regards to the damage output. We haven't seen a single kill yet for Team Nick, but I'm curious how those level 10 battles are going to play out between the two, because that's when Sonya is likely going to go into the Wrath of the Berserker. Sanctification is going to be a thing. And we have a lot that is going to play a role here. Nano boosted Tassadar, for example, with Archon. Whew, are you kidding me? That bad boy is doing a shit ton of damage. And in the middle of the map, they're trying to get the hit in against Maitrai, and he is going to get away from this one. But yeah, it's going to be probably Makke's team that gets the early level 10, but for the next objective, they're both going to have it. Oh, nice wall! Nice wall! And he's making Diablo pay for it. Diablo goes down. Nice. Paid for this with his life. Or with his stacks. Depending on how you look at it. But at this point, they got the level 10 ability, so that gives us Apocalypse. No surprises here. Anna can, of course, shut down some of the healing from the Tranquility. And in addition to that, we got the Pylon Overcharge. But here they come. Tassadar with Archon. Nano boost for him. Drops the Archon immediately, by the way. Maybe a little bit too premature here. 80 seconds, big cooldown. Yeah, next objective should have it back in time. But we're also getting, as expected, the Wrath of the Berserker and Sanctification. So there's actually a lot that is playing now in favor of them for the next big fight. So here we go. Top side, it's currently Backhult who's doing his thing. He's going to be playing a huge role for Team Makke's potential success in this game. Side lane pressure, once the forts are down and you have a little bit more wiggle room, is going to be big. As catapults start to scale and do more damage, taking those minion waves down is going to be absolutely crucial for them. Exploit that advantage that you have as much as you can. And it's not only Dehaka, they can technically also send Probius a little bit to the side lane. Need to be, of course, very careful. If you get ganked up, then you're just dead. 40 seconds for Tassadar. I mean, again, they're not going to have the ult ready when the fight starts, but shortly after that at least. Alright. Yeah, that next objective is going to be pretty important. That's going to be a bit of a benchmark of how the rest of the fight is going to go. We got 28,000 for Cassia. Girl is crushing. Look at Makke beasting it here. Doubling the damage output of Tassadar and Probius. But the party starts. The party starts and Dehaka has to tunnel in quickly. So here he is. Joins the fun right away. Probius is trying to control all of this with the warp rifts as good as he can.
But, well, Archon is used, and they lose Tyrael before the Sanctification. No! That's a huge problem now. Sanctification is down, and Tacita is about to get murdered, isn't he? The drag connects, the sleep dart. Nick is trying to get away, but he doesn't stand a chance. It's Probius that comes in. Protoss against Protoss. Oh boy. Tyrael dying this early without using Sank. That's a problem, and that just crushed them. Yeah, now it's a level lead. 3 kills ahead for Team Makke. 36,000 damage for Cassia. And already might try moving to the top. They gave up on the Frozen Punisher. Mid lane Ford is, by the way, at 50%. Yeah, this is bad news. This is definitely bad news for them. They are still trying their best, obviously, but bot lane is now going to get attacked. We're having level 13 talents, which gives Probius now the power overflowing as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's the problem. Tyrael is obviously a little bit more on the squishy side. He has a lot of mobility, he has the shields, can also move out. But if you are able to drop him and he misses out on the Sanct, then you're in trouble. And the Sanct over here, I don't really think that was needed. I guess they felt they need to save the targets. But now Ana is getting crushed too. And that is just a massive problem. Support down as the fight is starting to center on your keep. That's an insane thing. So, yeah. So, for now, we got 5 kills to 1, and they're obviously hoping to at least damage the keep, if not even take it down. Frozen Punishers are absolutely crazy. It's 13 against 13 talents. Tacita is doing his best, and at least Diablo is finally down. He's going to be down for the count. He was 5 souls short of getting his quest completed. Still more damage being done here, but the keep will survive. I think. I hope. Yeah. Even Protoss cannons are not that strong. So the photon cannon is not able to take the keep down, but it has taken a ton of damage. So now it's 10 minutes into the game, 2 kills to 5, still a level lead for Team Makke. They've been playing this well. And Dehaka, he's going to pressure those side lanes. He can also be the one that later moves down to the bottom of the map and deals with this. Next objective, if I'm not mistaken, is going to spawn on the top side. So that's the dream. Yeah, indeed will. So that's the dream for Dehaka, because he can push out the bottom of the map and can really threaten to take this keep with catapults or just minions. Whereas everybody from Team Nick's side has to move towards the top and try to save the day there. So it's going to be difficult. A little bit of damage. Do they have the speed? Where's that tongue when you need it? Ah, not here yet. Not long enough. He tried. He tried. But again, they're coming in with Diablo now. The wall is out. Early Sanctification. It honestly seems that Marlow, after he got killed now twice, is a bit afraid to hold the Sanctification back too long. And he gets killed again. So that's 6 kills, 2-2. Level 16 talents. Oh boy. Yeah, level 16 and they can go for the top fort now, can't they? Moonlight, Harmony. We already got the tunneling claws in. The power strike for Cassia. Dehaka is dealing with the bottom of the map, but things are just looking better and better for Team Makke. The way that they are playing, they are one of the favorites for the tournaments now. They're definitely the favorite for Group B at this point. Level 16 talents, that gives us also the domination as usual, so the double hits. But now we're going for the fort, and they will have to give up on this. Oh, will they? Yes, the fort is down. Probius made a choice now too. Oh, they're trying to go for Makke, literally putting his back to the wall, to the fence. Quantum entanglement. And now it's going to be another 16 vs 16 fight. So I guess that's the silver lining at the end of the tunnel for Team Nick, that they can fight the next battle with even talents. But as expected and as announced, Bergholt is pushing the bot lane out as best he can. Now they're going to try and stop this, of course, but I would think that he is going to spend a lot of time here and wait until everybody is moving towards the top before he pushes for the keep even further and then joins the battle a bit late. And now we got the Executor's Will. We also have the Horadric and Foraging. By the way, the Holy Ground on level 13. So trying to play around the blocking a bit. We already saw that in action against Cassia in combination with Wall. Also, we obviously have Zarya there too. And off we go. Camps taken by both teams. Yeah, Dehaka is going for it. I would assume that Team Nick just has resigned themselves to their fate. They know they're going to lose that keep. They can't have it both. They can't fight for the objective
and save the keep. They have to make a choice. So they're just saying, all right, guys, this is our best chance to come back. We need to win the fight. We need to take the objective, and we'll sacrifice the keep for it. If we don't win this battle, then it is more or less over anyways. But yes, the Hogger pushed the bot lane out. The catapults are moving in. They're going to lose this one. It's going to take a bit of time. But the battle at the top is on. And Berkult moved in. So they are starting to take some of those minions on the shrine. Bot lane losing out on this. Once the catapult connects, it's going to be over. But it's about the top battle. And the Hogger, he missed the drag. They're coming in again with Tyrael. Yeah, here comes the play for Zarya. They're trying to follow up on that. So far, not really happening for them. 6 kills to 2 still. And 21 stacks for Team Nick. There's the combo. The Sanctification came out in time, but they still lose Tacita. Didn't quite cover him here. Now they're about to lose Sonya. She has to move out. The isolation has connected with Tyrael. They're trying to chase down Zarya too. Everybody's on the run here. Zarya is the next one to fall. The keep has also been destroyed, and they are losing way too much ground. 2 heroes are dead. The objective is in their grasp, and they are 1 level away from 20. Team Makke is doing a great job in this game. Nick and his boys, they had, especially in the first game, a period where they just looked like they would be able to turn it around and win the game maybe. But right now here on Infernal Shrines, it seems that it's just a little bit too much for them to handle. Makke's team has done a fantastic job controlling the flow of this. They got the kills, they got the structures destroyed. They're still holding on to all of their forts. So there's not even a little bit of catapult pressure against them. With the red team now also moving through the lanes, they're catching more experience, which could result in them hitting 20 as they're pushing through the top. So this, in theory, could even be a play for a game. And Berkult is, of course, looking for exactly that. He's looking for experience now. Tries to claim the rest down here at the bottom. They have level 20. That allows him to join up with the rest of the team. Infinite Lightning is ready for them. They're getting the contagion here. And Probius can now also drop the 20 as they are making a move for the keep. They go for the keep. That would be the second one to fall as expected. Construct additional pylons is here. Pylons everywhere. Cannons galore. Triple stun by the Punisher as he jumps in. And that is the keep destroyed. Now, they are still looking around to see if they can get a kill. And the drag connects, but the fence is there. So Tacita is covering it. Makke is... Oh, that's a kill. That's a double. Nice. Good sanctification this time as they're driving this. Can they get enough to start a comeback? It's a bit questionable, but Lauber dies too. So that's 3 kills against the red team. And is it too little too late? That's the big question right now. Is it too late to start the comeback? Or will that allow them to push this back? They haven't destroyed a single fort yet. They really need to take structures now. They gotta move into the middle and do some work here. They just can't wait this out. It's 30 seconds that they have before the Haka and Cassia are back. They're starting to go for a play in the middle. Lauber has to be also really careful because he's a bit low. He doesn't have a lot of souls left, so his hit point pool is suffering. And he had to hell get away from this, so this could have been a problem. Lanes are, of course, pressuring all over the place, but they get 1 fort and they seem to be eager to destroy the second one at the bottom of the map too. They have to. There's no other choice. You gotta risk something. They dive in without a minion wave. That's the only chance that they have. Take at least some forts down and then hope to survive. They have the level 20s. That at least is big. It gives them the Holy Arena. They got the Twilight Archon. Ignore Pain is here. It's big talents. Big level 20s, but they have lost 2 keeps already. It would be a crazy comeback. It would be. Let's not forget that Team Makke has the Haka. The Haka will be pressuring the side lanes. They could out-macro them. Don't go for the team fights, at least not blindly, and just out-macro them. While the blue team still has to push these lanes out, they also need to be the ones looking for fights. They need to be looking for team fights and need to win them clearly. Sonya has, by the way, not died a single time in this game. The only one on the blue team that's going full survivor on them. With a couple of big combos, big ults, they could technically win this. 60,000 damage for Tacita. But it's difficult. I mean, again, it is really going to be so tricky. Catapults are scaling. We're 18 minutes in. They got the camp too.
Next objective is spawning at the bot lane, so that at least helps them to defend one of the two lanes. But the top of the map, yeah, they're trying to invade here. As I said, they need to go for fights. They need to do something. They're trying to prevent the camp from being claimed. If they can, that would be the dream. But time will tell. Now they take at least the Khazras down. We're still seeing Team Makke make a play for the Shamans, and eventually that top lane is going to become a massive problem for Team Nick. So they know they're on a timer here. They are on a timer. They're sending Tassadar in. He needs to at least take the catapults down, I suppose. Yeah, they got to do that. And as long as they fall, he's fine. The camp, yes, if he can do a little bit more, that's great. But they also need to fight this out, and he's missing right now. He's missing. They're on the run. The drag does not connect. Tassadar, he's still not with them. He still went for the rest of the camp. They have to win this fight. They have to win this objective. They have to win this battle. Get a few kills too. Lauba is looking for an engage. Marlow, when is the sanctification going to come out? He's playing it slow. He's playing it slow. There comes the move. They're trying to go for Sonya. So far, it's not working out for them. Lauba, he still has to Hellgate out. Rehgar might be in trouble here too. Here comes the apocalypse. They're dodging out on it. And Rehgar is dead. They're getting a kill. They got a kill. Can they get more? It might not be enough. They popped all the ults right now. Lauba, he's dropping in hit points. He's trying to get away. The top lane is pushing. Someone will eventually have to move back to deal with it. And we have, of course, a kill on Malfurion. Team Nick. They want it. They want the comeback. 7 kills to 8. Top lane. Who's gonna deal with it? Are they getting more kills here? Not just now. Still ult available for Makke. He could use it again here. Sonya has moved back. He's defending. But they get the force wall and Makke dies. Makke is dead. This is the chance. The opportunity. Mom spaghetti baby. We're going to the bot lane. We're going for the keep. They're trying to at least take the keep down. Can they start the comeback? Well, they started it already. Can they finish what they started? That's more the question, I suppose. 45 seconds for Cassia, and they are doing whatever they can, and it's a Frozen Punisher too. Maybe even go for core. Maybe 17 seconds for Tyrael to get his ult back. If they can wait this out, they can go core here. Tyrael's explosion is gonna take 5% off. They could core. They need the sank back. 5 seconds. They need to buy some time. Cannons everywhere, guys. They're going for it. They're going for it. And even without the sank, it should happen. There's the sanctification. It's a victory. They go for game 3. Team Nick with a crazy comeback on Infernal Shrines. What a fantastic comeback by Nick's team on the last map. I didn't think they could pull it off. With 2 keeps lost, it looked grim. But they were able to defend at the top, kill 3, get the level 20, and then win multiple fights in a row. And that brings us to Towers of Doom, one of the best comeback maps in this game. And of course, what does it mean? It means that 31 heroes are banned before we're even banning a single hero in the draft itself. So yeah, it will get interesting now. Kerrigan gets still banned. We could still see the exact same bans that we saw in the previous games, but the picks are gonna be a lot more interesting right now. Because at this point, the 10 heroes that were played in game number 1 are not available anymore. The 10 heroes you saw on map number 2 can't be picked again, and those 11 down here are still off the map. Alright, Anubara gets banned, Kerrigan, Junkrat, and Stitches. Yeah, that's limiting the pool already quite significantly. That leaves the birdie. So Falstad is up. That's a great pick for Towers of Doom. Is it worthy of a double pick given the situation that they're in? That's the question. Can they actually start things off with Falstad, or do they have to maybe deviate over into a support? If I'm not mistaken, then Uther is, for example, available. So he would be a good one too. They go for Chromie. Yeah, here we go again, baby. Let's get the Chromestar in. Let's throw some sand around. Ah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be neat. This is also a map where we have already seen at least once the Vikings. So that's another one that hasn't been played yet here. Could theoretically become a thing.
Ooh, Genji was still up. Genji and Alexstrasza. Alright. Okay. Alex for Dragon Queen. Genji is actually, for Nick, fantastic at this point. That is a great pick. Yeah, Genji is actually really good here. Completely slipped my mind that he was still available. I think I talked on the second map about him still being up for grabs, but yeah, heading into game number 3, I didn't really think about him. Varian taunt into Chromie damage. Okay. And a Diva on the side lane now. Yeah, it's gonna get a bit wild. If they... who's available that could still root the hero into the ground? What do we have at follow-up stuns? But that a sniper composition here could do a lot of work. 100%. Variant for Lauber. That's an interesting twist. What do you ban now? You could ban supports. Ban a support against them. Yeah, they're banning white main. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. This is getting good already. Could we get something crazy? Is anybody going for a Cho'Gall? Yeah, we get Uther banned. I like that too. Divine Shield with Genji would have been a real problem. So if you go and double support with Uther in a main tank second role, that would be great too. Alright. So. Come on, bring it. What are we getting? They need a side laner, they need a tank. Falset is still up. Bambi. They go for Bambi. And we get Tyrande. A double support after all. Alexstrasza and Tyrande. We could likely see Nick swap over to Alexstrasza too. He's played it in previous tournaments. But yeah. Oh god, that leaves us with only the tank. And what's Makke doing with his team? They still need a support as well. Are we going full Morales on this one? Yes, we are! And we got Thrall. Thrall, Diva, Varian, and Morales, everybody. It is time to shine. Marlow, last pick for game number 3. It's getting wild in here. Still no birdie, by the way. They might be a bit afraid to pick Falstad. Technically is available. They go for Zul. Zul, main tank, double support. Towers. Let's go. Third map in the winners match between Team Nick and Team Makke. Final map of the series. We're going the full distance in the group stage of Meta Madness. The warm-up. Nick playing Alexstrasza for the team. That was kind of expected. He played it already before, and his Alex is pretty sexy. They have Yasuo on Genji, Mitra, he's playing Zul. Rutsu on Lunara, and Tyrande gets played for the additional interrupts and heals by Marlow. Now, Makke's team is honestly looking sexy. Makke himself on Thrall, we got Nano on Chromie, Backhold on Diva, Captain Rex is playing Morales. Mokus Forales, baby. The life support on level 1. And Lauber playing a variant. So they are definitely going to go for a bit of sniper action. And we even get the Trash Lightning now. Trash Lightning, after level 4, they can try and go for the quick hits. They have Thrall to follow up on a variant taunt. And they are already starting to really threaten Yasuo. Not only him, Marlow is low too. I really like what Makke's team has been drafting here. Meta Madness, it's not only about executing and coordinating your plays properly, it's really also about coming up with what kind of combo you can still run given all of the heroes that are not available any longer. And it is just amazing, yeah. Now, keep in mind that Lauber with his variant, I mean, technically he could also try to go into Smash, for example. The recent patch had a few changes to variant too, and Smash is now even more heavy on the damage, but at the same time, if you are trying to get the damage out of Chromie and really burn a target down quickly, you could go for the taunt, follow it up with Thrall, and then get Chromie into the action too. So I'm not quite sure if Lauber is really going to run around here and scream at people. But either way, we're starting things off with teams just very civilly going for their hams. Nobody's really just going ham and saying like, okay, we're going to attack from the get-go. Instead, everybody is just playing the slow, calm, collected and going for the rotation between the lanes. Bambi all back down here at the bottom of the map. Morales, of course, is in that situation where a lot of the AoE damage that could technically come out of Zul and maybe also Lunara during big team fights is a bit tricky for Morales to heal out. So for her, the single target heals are a lot better. But we'll see how Captain Rex is going to play it. Yeah, Makke gets attacked already early. He has 2 stacks, by the way, on the Trash Lightning. Gets a 3rd one here. If this game lasts long and he is done with the stacking, then the poke will hurt a lot. There's the taunt, as expected. Lauber not going full crazy on this. And is starting to jump in, but we haven't seen a setup for Chromie yet. Yeah, and with Thrall, we get on level 4 also the mana tide here. Still sitting in the middle against the Diva. The Berkult? Okay, he has to be careful here, but it's fine. There's the taunt. They're trying to go for the kill, and Marlow dies. Tyrande going to be the prime target. Every single battle, Tyrande will be the prime target here because she is squishy. She doesn't have an escape tool. She needs to rely on that stun, on help from the rest of the team. So if they get close to her, she's gonna be the one to die. 6 stacks for Chromie. We got Trauma Trigger on level 4, and the first altar phase is up. And that is actually where Tyrande comes in handy, because then you can start to interrupt and really delay them a bit. Chromie already making my tries life a little bit harder. Morales seems like she's going to get the first channel. Each team has 1 so far, or so I thought. Yes, nice. Good trap. Very nice trap. So that is in total 8 shots fired. They're going for Tyrande again. Explosion! And he's dead. Yeah, he's dead one way or another. And the rest of the team is also struggling a bit. Yasuo, for example, gets immediately jumped as Varian is looking for the next kill. They're going for Yasuo, and Genji is so low, and he dies. 7 against 6 on the Talons. They get the Ancestral Wrath, and we also got the Vanadium Plating now as they pressure the bot lane. 3 kills to 0. Great start again for Makke's team. But if Nick has shown anything with his team, is that they're incredibly resilient and willing to play this out in the later stages. And that's exactly, of course, what matters the most on this map. My try takes a bit of a beating, but still, he's alive. And as mentioned before, it's all about the AoE damage. Look at, for example, what happens with Rutsu. We have all of a sudden Splintered Spear on level 7. So we're not going into the Choking Blossom this time. And they're going to go for the Poison Nova with Zul. It's going to be a lot of AoE damage in the later fights, and that makes it very difficult for Morales to get the heals connected and save targets. So they are really playing around this. And that will be... That's going to be pretty special. That's a really nice strategy and a really good adjustment that they are making now. Especially once the tools start slicing and dicing too. So around level 10, things will look very, very different. And that's currently what the blue team is hoping for. Exactly that mid and late game. We got the Huntress Fury on level 7 now. And down at the bottom of the map, they're going for the next altar. Single altar this time. Genji, obviously, with this level 10 can also add even more AoE. So yeah, that's another one. It's going to be tons and tons of AoE, and that's what they need to do here. Makke, they get the channel, they let this one slide. They don't want to fight this battle yet. They want to wait for level 10. They're just not willing to play this out now. My try, does he get away? Chromie has their ult. He might not survive this one, and indeed he doesn't. As long as they save the rest, they're still going to be more or less okay. But it's also noteworthy that Makke is already at 9 stacks. So despite the fact that there weren't really a whole lot of extended fights where he could get those hits out, he is at 9. But Makke's team is driving this now. They are driving the momentum to the bot lane. We got for now the Earthquake, especially for level 20. That's going to be really important if you're dealing with a lot of AoE damage, because you can get the Earthen Shield. Another attack as they're hoping to go for Nick. That doesn't really work out. And there's already a lot... I mean, you can already see right now that damage on multiple targets is something that Morales has a bit more trouble dealing with. So that's already a great start for them. But I'm also worried about how quickly Makke is still getting his stacks together, given the fact that we haven't had any big battles over an altar, for example. So 15,000 damage for Chromie, 16,000 for Lunara. Still at the bottom of the map. And now level 10 abilities. And yes, now the real fights are going to begin. for sure. Starfall, it gets already chosen. Yeah, they got a lot here. Thornwood Vines, Starfall, Dragon Blade, everything that we talked about earlier. One exception, no Poison Nova. Instead, we're getting the Skeletal Mages here. But with the Starfall on top of this, you can drop a lot here. That fight that we're seeing at the bot lane in a bit is going to be really important, because it's going to show us what Team Nick can pull off in these team fights. Morales with the Medivac. Might be able to save the day for them here. And they can also, of course, jump very quickly after a team fight. Oh, Rutsu, it is not a time to die. Not right at the beginning of the game. Lauber is looking for the next taunt. And here comes the battle. This one is going to be important. This one is going to be really important for Nick's team. They're down 4 kills. They haven't gotten a single one yet. Here's the Skeletal Mages already. They're moving in. Earthquake. Genji with the damage. Trying to connect it here. The explosion to Makke is low. They're trying to drop him. But for now, everybody on the red team is still alive. They're pushing them away, though. The blue team, especially Nick, is low. He's really low here. He gets a bit more heal, drops the Dragon Queen, as they are attempting to at least get the channel on the altar at the bottom of the map. It hasn't happened yet. Here comes the taunt! And they try and get a kill, but they can't. Genji protected, by the way. He's currently still looking for another quick kill, and with all of the damage that they get out, it's not even a hero on the right side that falls. It's Alexstrasza. Chromie crushing her. Makke's team is playing this so well. They're still coordinating the attack and kill Zul plus Genji. Wow. That was great coordination from the red team, and they get the shots. They get both of the altars. That's 4 fired, and they can go for the bell tower. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by how well they're coordinating the plays here. I mean, a lot of these guys have obviously played together in the past. Lauber, Makke, Berghult, but this was still real strong. Alexstrasza going down. That was the first nail in the coffin. And now they are looking to take full control of the map. They have a level lead. They have a talent advantage. And they're really playing the best they can here. We got the pew pew pew. Another attempt to go for a kill. Genji might not die, but he's low. And my try. Yeah, he's also feeling the wrath of Chromie. She has 32,000 damage now. Genji is sitting at 31k. And they're still poking. Oh my god, my try. He's nearly dying. They want to get those pumpkins in. And they might be able to at least get a few. Yes, that is 2 pumpkins making it through for the additional damage. And talking about damage, Thrall is at 21,000. So obviously his big power spike is going to come when he completes his level 1 quest. Because then it will be prioritizing heroes directly. So you can poke whatever you want and you're going to get good damage out. But already he definitely is bringing some numbers into play. And he's sitting at 18 stacks. So not quite close to take the talent completed. But still, he's slowly but steadily getting there. And a few more big team fights are going to help him here too. Yeah. Already Morales is flying in to help the team out. The delivery system. Nano is back. Alright. The Medivac plays right here. Gets the reinforcements into play. Yeah, channel up at the top. And in the meantime, we're getting, with level 13 talents, at least an even fight. But I suppose that they're not really fighting too hard for this. It's going to be an even exchange. Right side against left side. So that's what we're getting here. Still the lead in the bell towers with 5-3. Which, of course, makes it a much better exchange for Team Makke. But they're trying to repoke the bot lane. I mean, the attempt is really still the same. Try and take the bell tower back. But so far, I don't really think this is happening anytime soon. Well, to be fair, Rutsu with the Thornwood Vines might be able to poke it down slowly. But they're also exposing themselves to Chromie's damage. Once again, the fight. Everybody's starting to cluster up. Medivac! It gets destroyed. Lauber is low. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. And he is dead. As dead as Morales. Genji gets dropped too. Finally a few kills for the blue team. And as I say it, Bambi gets eliminated. Bambi is down. They're trying to go for more kills. 2 kills versus 2. But more and more stacks now for Thrall. And they're still pushing them back in an attempt to take regain control. But the bell tower is at least claimed. They got the bell tower. Marlow needs to be very careful how he positions himself. If he goes down into this area, he can easily be cut off. So yeah, that was nearly a nasty experience. But we got level 60 now, so they have still a lead. But yep, it's an interesting one. Triple altar right now. And that is a problem for Team Nick because they don't have level 16 talents. So it's still a talent advantage for Makke. Thrall with 22 stacks has now also taken Thunderstorm. Late game is everything here. Morales with the extended care at this point. Allows her also to stay a little bit farther in the back. Makes it a lot harder to Mogus Morales. But I guess we're gonna get Nick at least with the level 16 talent himself. I don't really think they're gonna... Well, Tyrande, they are going for the top right, I guess. Yeah, there's the first attack. Shots are fired, 4-4. Berkult has to boost away. Level 16 is ready. Decrepify. And we're also gonna get Empower. Yeah, trying to fight for this one. Not sure if they can get all that far. Alright, we already get the Draconic Discipline in. And yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a poke battle. But the blue team is interestingly enough willing to fight for this. So yeah, my try is getting the hits. Chromie, she is just poking. And this is of course ideal for her. The longer this lasts, the better. She can just slowly poke them down and they can try to follow up on this. And for Makke it's great because whenever he can connect another Chain Lightning, he's starting to add stacks to his level 1 and will eventually be able to complete it. He's already at 30,000 damage, which is pretty nice. But yeah, they're poking this as best they can. Another hit. Thrall needs to move away and does. Lauber is helping them at the front and Morales is sitting in the back with the heals. One after another. Yeah, Thrall with another chance here. Does he get another Chain Lightning out? Should be. Just aim. Yep, there it is. And he completes at least his 16. So the 16 is ready for him, but it's still the one that we're waiting for. I don't really know why Team Nick is playing this, because they're playing into Thrall hands. And Chromie is not complaining about that fight either. But here they come. Everybody goes full pirate. Arrgh! Ults everywhere. Ults everywhere. And it is the blue team that gets a kill. They kill Morales, but they lose Lunara. They lose Zul. They lose Tyrande. And they're losing probably the entire team. Yasuo is hoping to somehow snowball this. But now that Alexstrasza is gone, he's the only survivor. And well, scratch that. He's dead too. That is bad news for Team Nick. Makke and his boys, they are on the warpath. They're moving into the middle. They want to at least get one of those bell towers now. They might even be able to get more. Makke himself, he's at 28 stacks for Thrall, so only 2 more stacks and he will have his quest reward, which is going to be huge. They can easily try to go for boss here. That would end game. That would actually end the game. They're going for the boss and they're going for the channel. So right now, Morales can of course start to fly in. Medivac is ready, can literally deliver Varian to the fight. The 5 shots are fired. It seems like they might even give up on this. Here's the Medivac. Varian isn't there, but that is a game and a victory for Team Makke as they take first place in the group. Nicely done, well played, congratulations. Big win for the red team.